So, Deadman mode apocalypse! Sorry. Okay, so the name sounds kind of cool, right? Something you would find at like an amusement park, right? Sounds like a horror maze or something. So we're gonna get straight into it. I'm gonna read. You guys are gonna pay attention. I want your highlighters to be out with the notebooks completely open to page 98. Thank you. Now, old school's most brutal game mode is back right on time for imminent destruction. Ooh. Okay, so what is Deadman mode apocalypse? The Wizard's Tower report disturbances in the abyss. Oh, so they're creating some sort of story. Let's just play along with it. Oh my god, no way! Missing persons report are on the rise, and citizens all over the world are claiming to have seen monsters. Ooh, what is this? Is this Babylon Adventure Quest? What's happening here? The kind you only hear of in stories or beer-fueled tales of bravado stalking the shadows. Okay, so right now I'm hearing that there's gonna be monsters. Every day at regular intervals, breaches appear around Gielinor. Think of a breach like a tear or a gap in Gielinor's reality. So, correct me if I'm wrong, are they saying that random monsters are gonna spawn into the game at any unsafe zone? Is that what's happening? Possibly. Okay. Think of a breach or a tear in the granular. Breaches can crop in any dangerous areas in the world, meaning anywhere PvP is enabled. Wow. So like I could be at Edgeville Bank and a Diagonauts could be like, "Arr! Arr!" and like just start attacking me and stuff like that. I have to fight him. Okay. Honestly, I know this has to do with PVM, but I'm assuming they're adding this because it's going to drop unique drops and people are going to try to farm these monsters, but they could be getting attacked at the same time, which can honestly maybe increase the PvP aspect of DMM a little bit, you know, put people out of their safe zone and create more opportunities for people to PvP. I'm liking that already. Boss monsters will begin pouring through and into a real world, like the likes of General Greator, the King Black Dragon, or even Tazark. Oh my god! Jad, Dragon, Great. Oh, you know what would be so sad? Imagine if you're finding one of these monsters in like Edgeville Bank and you die and all your shit just gets dropped on the floor. That would be actually f***ing depressing. Think about it. Like you just misclick a prayer and you just die. Like we all know Moyasa would. Come on, that was a good one. It's up to you to get these breaches and put these monsters down. Output enough damage and you'll earn a chance at scoring some exclusive, extremely powerful loot along with vast quantities of regular loot. Okay, no, but chat, okay. So I'm assuming it's gonna give us PvP related items or maybe supplies or different aspects of the loot. Okay, I am liking that. So it's in your best interest to gear up and get blasting those bosses or to put other players in the dirt to improve your odds at coming out on top. Players can be attacked while attacking these bosses. That's what I think they're implying as well. The Doomsayer believes that there will be a time when these breaches will burst into being all across Gielinor with absolutely no sign of stopping, with annihilation seemingly inevitable. It's up to you to do everything in your power to go down in the history books. Your goal is to be the last adventurer standing at all of things. Wait. So instead of a DMM mode final, they're just gonna put a bunch of PVM monsters at the end until everybody dies off? Is that what I'm hearing or no? Yeah, although there's gonna be no finals. Shit. All right, let's keep reading. We don't have to assume. But if I'm gonna assume, the reason why they're doing this is because they are not willing to pay to fix their servers, bro. Just fix your servers and maybe we could have a DMM mode final. Like, bro, they're scared of when it registers happening again. That's what it is. They're trying to find an alternative where they don't have to make it a 1v1 tournament type scenery. That's what I'm feeling right now. At the final, breaches will appear all over the place and monsters will wash over Gielinor. Fog will slowly creep in and force players to the final area. Fight bosses and each other in the final area until you're the last player left standing. I think it's going to be fun. I think this is going to be content filled, but this is a very interesting way on how they want to put their final. I think it's unique. I don't think it's that bad. So this is a screenshot on how the breaching would look like, right? People just attacking the monsters and trying to get the loots off of it, right? You know, guys, let me tell you something. I know you guys could probably shit on this and be like, Oda, this is some shittery. There is no final. There's no 1v1s. DMM is all about PvP and all stuff like that. I do believe DMM is all about PvP and there should be finals and stuff. But at the end of the day, at least there is a DMM. You know what I'm saying? The DMM rerun took 2 years to release almost. So if it took 2 years to release, at least they're releasing something for us PvPers to be happy about. Like, this is going to be good content for at least a month, depending on how long it is. Or to stop the cap. I'm serious, bro. It's the truth. Like, I've been begging for a new DMM for a long time now. I love DMM. I do. This isn't to say that the 1v1 finals are gone forever, but this is the direction we've chosen this time around to try spicing things up and reignite that Deadman mode passion. In other words, we want to try to avoid server issues and actually have a DMM mode that's actually running this time. You know, we'll take it though. Thank you, Gagak. You know, but just be honest with us. Be frank. Be straight to the point. Be blunt. Don't lie to us. In between breaches and all the way up to the final, you'll be progressing by earning XP, chasing loot, eliminating other players, and unlocking sigils. Some old, some changed, some new. So the sigils are still a thing. We introduced combat bracket worlds as part of Deadman Mode Reborn to try to give players a slightly fairer experience. Replayability for those of you who'd like to make several builds and try to dominate multiple brackets. Okay, so they're still gonna keep the pure bracket, Zerk bracket, and all stuff like that. Certain worlds have different combat levels, which is cool. It gives. I ruled the main bracket and the pure bracket last DMM, which was mad fun. This time around, we've adjusted the ranges by using 5 brackets opposed to 4. We'll outline in just a moment. Okay. Also, returning our automatic quest unlocks. But this time around, we'll be looking into automatically completing quests that will allow you to access some pieces endgame content, freeing you up to focus on earning points. You can earn points now in DMM. This reminds me of, what's that game mode called that Gegex released? Oh yeah, Leagues. This reminds me of a little bit like Leagues. So the earning points probably encourages PVMers or any skillers to maybe join in DMM as well. I think it's going to be good. I think this is going to, up some interest for people that normally don't want to play DMM. Combat brackets are cool as well. I really feel like that, that gives priority to a lot of people that are trying to PvP and a certain bracket is dead, right? For like us streamers. For Deadman Mode Apocalypse, we are upgrading starter packs. Starter packs are a great way for players who are just starting out or who have recently met an ultimate end. We'll kit you out with some basic magic range and melee alongside with a handful of consumables. The items received from these packs are very basic. So basically a starter package, right? A starter package right when you start, which is cool. Wants us to get into the groove of things immediately. Wait, I got a question. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? So when you get to level 51, you can hop to this world if you like and you can get this. Is that what that means or am I wrong? Yes. So when I get to level 51, I could go to this world. Yes, and you can't go back to previous worlds. I see. Okay, so this one has a Mithril Scimitar, Fire Strike Willow Shortbow. 51 to 70 has Fire Blast, Maple Shortbow, Mithril Arrows, Adamant Scimitar. Has 71 to 90, Fire Blast, Maple Short, Mithril Arrows, Adamant Scimitar. 91 to 110, Fire Staff, Fire Wave, U Shortbow, Adamant Arrows, and Rune Scimitar. And look at the combat XP, by the way, 15x, 15x, 15x. And then those were 10x and below, right? And then this one's Rune Scimitar, U Shortbow, Adamant Arrows, Fire Wave. Okay, I mean, I don't really see a problem in this. As long as it makes it easier on me to train and get my skills up and some items to make my training easier, I'm all for it, Sigils were first introduced in Deadman Mode Reborn. They're making a return in Deadman Mode Apocalypse, but we're making a handful of changes to Sigils as a whole and making some tweaks to many that already exist to help you ensure your experience feels refreshing. New and a good bit of balance this time around. They're basically implying that the Sigils last DMM were overpowered. I think the only Sigil that was broken was probably the Rampage one, right? But that's about it. I don't think they were that bad. But hey, we'll see what they're going to do to make it more balanced. You're limited to 3 active sigils at a time. It's a PvP game mode after all. We don't want you running around snapping everybody out of existence. I see. Unlike before, you're no longer limited to 2 combat sigils. Instead, you'll be able to mix and match combat, skilling, or utility sigils any way you'd like. Whether that's 3 combat or 1 of each type or a 2-in-1 split. Makes sense. Okay. As you progress through combat brackets, your chance of receiving sigils as drops from monsters will increase. They will be adjusting numbers slightly to account for the extra bracket this time around, and perhaps stop some obvious metas for farming them emerging. So don't stop gunning for those Monkey Madness 2 tunnels just yet. For part of our rebalancing, we selected a handful of utility sigils to become utility items instead. They'd be obtained the same exact way, but you use them from your inventory without them using up one of your sigil slots. Interesting. These sigils come in 3 tiers and there are a lot of them. We've removed a handful of sigils that felt disruptive, no mere unfreezing yourself on demand, and rebalanced a bunch of sigils that saw a little use in Deadman mode. Okay, let's see the utility sigils. Utility of Vengeance, a tier 2, so this is not even a tier 3. It says cast a vengeance spell without any requirements. 36-second cooldown, similar to the actual level 94 lunar spell Vengeance. That's crazy, so that means like if I'm bank fighting somebody and I'm using Ancients and I proc that sigil on his Karasi spec and then I venge him at the tick, this will be so fucking good for me. Like you don't understand, like I will destroy everybody with this sigil. Utility of the Undead tier 2 summons a random thrall without any requirements. 30-second cooldown. That's pretty good at tier 2 as well, that's not bad. Utility of the Fairy. Tier 2 gives the player a Fairy Mushroom, which allows players to teleport to any Fairy Ring or Spirit Tree. Interesting. Utility of High Alchemy. Tier 2 as well, acts exactly how clicking on a High Alchemy spell does, however does not require any runes. Interesting. Utility of Advanced Weaponry. Tier 3. Gives the player a random blighted weapon. Is lost upon activation. So if I get this tier 3 sigil, if I get this utility item, I click it, I lose the utility item, but I gain one of like either a VLS or a Zerial blighted piece or whatever it is, right? Or am I wrong? Yes. Okay. We've seen requests over the past couple of years for the reset world of World 345. We've had a number of discussions about this in the past and ultimately haven't been comfortable pushing a big old reset button due to the thousands of players who've made what they thought would be permanent progress on World 345, many of whom still log in fairly often. On the other hand, it's difficult for people just starting out in World 345 to catch up. We're proposing a middle ground for the seasonal Deadman mode in future seasons. We'd like players to have the option to play Deadman mode Apocalypse and merge their account into the permanent Deadman mode world. I mean, that's a cool idea, no? Wouldn't you guys agree that's pretty cool? Like, you can merge it in World 345, even make it would be a benefit to World 345 and a benefit for the people that are playing Deadman mode. It's a very good idea. And it gives me and other streamers or whoever wants to be a part of this into the Deadman mode here, it gives them an opportunity to play Deadman mode in the future even after the season is done, right? So this is a big benefit. Very good idea on JegX's part. I won't even call you GegX this time. I'll say JegX because that's a very good idea. I like that a lot. A couple example items we reckon are suitable fits for blighted weapons. A Void Waker, a Tunic and Shadow, a Twisted Bow, D-Claw, Scythe, Ogies. I like it. Hey man, obviously the reason why they're making it blighted is because they don't want these items to be merged into World 345. That's why they're making these items blighted. So when you merge your account, you will lose these items, right? It's a very good idea. I like this a lot. So without a 1v1 final this time around, what's up for grabs? How can you grab it? There's no time like the end of the world to introduce a point system, which unironically functions pretty similarly to the system we used in Fresh Start Worlds. So what is it? First added as a part of the Fresh Start Worlds, we'd like to add an achievement system to Deadman to reward those of you who get out there and get results despite the brutal landscape we've come to know and love. Okay. Points up for grabs. You'll be able to get them doing just about anything. Clue scrolls, combat achievements, achievement diaries, pet hunting, quest points, boss kills, skilling, and PvP will all earn you points to some degree. So there's going to be a point system, and whether you kill monsters or do this or do that, you're going to be earning points, right? It says one of the best ways for you to earn points is contributing at breaches. Okay, so the monsters that appear, you'll be able to see your points at any time, both in-game and on the high scores, or you'll be split up into tiers, similar into the leagues. Those of you who wind up in higher tiers will have better chance at earning some of the year's prize pool. Interesting. So these are the rewards. While we no longer have a 1v1 stage, we still have a finale. Okay, so we still have a player last player standing. Deadman mode Apocalypse will still have a $25,000 prize pool. Okay, so how's that going to work? We'll be distributing this a little differently this time around. So $500 will go to whoever dealt the most damage to bosses during the final to the finale on each of the 5 worlds, totaling over $2,500. $500 will go to the last surviving player at the end of the finale on each of the 5 worlds, totaling $2,500. The remaining $20,000 will be split into 40 prizes worth $500 each, distributed among players who achieve the highest point tiers. Apocalypse Bronze, top 100%, no prizes. Apocalypse Iron, top 80%, no prizes. Steel, no prizes. Mithril, no prizes. Top 20%. So the top 20%, 8 randomly selected winners in Adamant tier for $500 each. Top Rune, which is top 5%, 12 random winners will win $500 each. Top 1% will win 15 people win $500 each. And top 25, 5 randomly selected winners will win $500 each. So they're spreading out the money a lot. They're giving a lot of people a chance to make a lot of money, not just through PvP, but also through achievements, right? So it gives PVMers, skillers, not just PvPers a chance to make money off the game. And I know $500 is not much at all, but at least they're giving an incentive for these people to come out of their shell and play the game. I personally love the final. I wish we could do the final, but they're obviously doing this type of wave because they can't keep their servers intact. They don't want to admit it, and they don't want to be blunt and be straightforward, but they're trying to use this as an alternative so they don't have to do a 1v1 finale where the servers get DC'd and they don't have to experience a when it registers again. You see what I'm saying? So basically everybody gets a trophy, I guess. But I agree that DMM mode is all about PvP and the 1v1s and proving that you're the best, and it's strictly only supposed to be about PvP. But what people gotta realize is at least we're getting something, you know? And the boss thing looks pretty cool. I like the whole aspect of the boss thing, the utility, merging into World 345. The only thing I disliked from what they talked about is giving prizes through PVMing instead of PvP. There's gonna be like over 50 plus winners. You know, the cool thing about DMM world was what? It was about 1v1ing and killing the best of the PvPers with no lag and having fun. But sadly, it looks like this is an alternative because they can't keep their servers intact. That's why they're doing something like this. And honestly, it's cool. Like, I'm not going to sit here and complain. This is going to be content for me for a solid month. I'm going to have fun with it.